So we had essentially a perfect storm. Hands-off government regulation, unscrupulous lenders, and huge Wall Street banks willing to buy and trade mortgage products that no one really understood. The biggest losers have been taxpayers, who ended up paying for and bailing out these too-big-to-fail firms, small and mid-sized lenders who have disproportionately bore the brunt of the real estate collapse, and small businesses who have seen their lines of credit and their access to capital dry up when they need them the most. Congress must stand up to the banking and business lobbies to pass meaningful reform. As a U.S. Senator, I would call for the following actions to make sure that we never experience a crisis like this again. Number one, we need to empower consumers against deceptive banking and lending practices. I support the creation of a consumer financial protection agency that acts as a watchdog over the mortgage, credit card, and payday loan industries that push and have pushed many Americans into endless cycles of debt. I support Senator Dodd's proposal to allow states to impose even tighter restrictions on top of federal rules. Number two, we need to apply the same oversight rules that govern banks to non-bank lending institutions. Number three, we must immediately create an exchange on which all over-the-counter derivative transactions would be required to take place. And we need to close loopholes that allow foreign exchange swaps to avoid regulation. Number four, we need too-big-to-fail firms to immediately contribute every year to an emergency fund that could be tapped for any future bailout before that firm fails. And a living will that would provide a plan to wind down any institution that is close to failure. Lastly, over time, we need to impose higher capital requirements on all banks so that not only do they have more skin in the game, but so that they're more prepared should our economy hit some bumps along the way. Large, well-heeled financial institutions, unfortunately in DC, are vigorously fighting any hint of meaningful reform, but we certainly cannot expect them to police themselves after this debacle. Moving forward, we must protect taxpayers and small businesses by building a backstop against excessive risks and requiring big banks to bail each other out.